Hear ye, here comes the judge. It is the Yogi Judge, Judge Dawson, back with another podcast for one purpose. That purpose is to give you information that you can use, to give you information that you can not only use, but you can spread to people that you care about. Because what better information than getting it from a judge who sees all types of interesting cases every single day? And what I've decided to do with my ability to go through these cases, try to help people live their best lives, is I've decided to then spread this information to you via this podcast and hopefully your family and friends so that you can learn and not be caught up in this legal matrix. Because once you are caught in the legal matrix, it is all consuming. Yeah, you can get out of it. You can win your cases. But if you can avoid it, why even step into the matrix itself? So I'm going to bring you these podcasts, and they'll be short because my goal is to give you information that you can use, apply it, and then move on, living your life. So if there's something that you hear here that's valuable, share it with others, subscribe, Apple, Spotify, all those great platforms, and go to my website, judgedawson.com, so that you can get my free email called Dose of Positivity. And of course, I'm all over the social media sphere with my handle at Judge Dawson. All right, so here's where we are. Today I want to talk about being toxic, because my cases, the cases that I hear in my court, sometimes they make me cringe. They make me cringe because they are so toxic. The way that people are engaging, the way that people are communicating with each other, the way that people are behaving in the community, it's very toxic. So I thought, what better way to battle the toxicity that exists in our communities all over the world than for us to start taking a look at how we are being toxic and seeing if there's something we can do about it. So the first step is we have to define toxic, right? We have to at least get on the same page of what it means. One technical definition of being toxic is behavior that is very harmful, unpleasant, pervasive, or insidious. Let me say that again. Behavior that is harmful, unpleasant, pervasive, or insidious. Like, we already know what unharmful means, right? Or very harmful. We know what that means. If your communication, if your behavior, if the way that you act is aimed at harming people, period, we know it's toxic. If you are a person in leadership and your leadership style is aimed at harming people or being sarcastic or showing how tough you are, how strong you are, how much power you have, even if it's in a relationship, that is toxic. So we easily are able to identify harmful behavior. But the other part, the unpleasant, pervasive, insidious behavior, that's where it gets a little murky, right? Because that's where the toxic person can hide. And that's why I'm bringing you this podcast today. Let's talk about unpleasant behavior. Unpleasant behavior is when you cause discomfort or unhappiness, or you are just simply being disagreeable. And why is that important? Because in today's time where we lack civility, I talk about that often, it's fun sometimes, and for some people, to be disagreeable. I mean, it's fun, it's the banter, it's the back and forth, but in reality, there's an unpleasantness to it because you are making someone feel uncomfortable or possibly unhappy. Even if they don't express it at that moment in your face, that can be the result. So beware of unpleasant people, the people who are just trying to be disagreeable just to be disagreeable. And then we have that pervasiveness of toxicity where it spreads widely through an area or group of people. So you have someone in management or lower management, or even worse, a coworker who simply walks around trying to spread toxic information, toxic feelings, or even arouse toxic emotions. You've seen it before, talking about the supervisors, what they know and what they don't know, and how you could do the job better. or talking about your coworker, how they're underperforming and how, you wish you had that position or someone else should have that position. If your conversation isn't aiming toward making the organization better, your relationship better, your community better, or even your life better or someone else's, why are we even having it? That's the pervasiveness of toxicity. Yep, pervasiveness. Now let's talk about the insidious way that people behave in a toxic manner. That is where you do it gradually and slowly. So you don't come into work every day talking about how bad everyone is. And in fact, some days you'll talk about how great the organization is because you're trying to balance your toxicity. But your underlying purpose is to make sure that you're spreading your message of toxicity. Same thing with the home. Like, you don't come in every day and complain about your relationship. It's just most days. So we need to be aware of that type of behavior also. So here's the deal. For you and I, as we are trying to live our best lives, or as we are trying to be cycle breakers, as we are trying to add civility to the world, let's be aware of the toxicity that exists in our life and what we give to other people. So just scan your everyday engagements and see if you are being disagreeable. See if you are spreading things nice and slowly because more of your comments are negative than positive. See if there's any way that you are just simply trying to encourage people to think a certain way that you think, and it's negative. So if you do that to yourself and analyze yourself, it'll be easy to identify when people are doing that to you. But the goal is we're trying to eliminate toxic behavior as much as we can. Now, before I conclude, you may be asking, Judge Dawson, why do I need to eliminate toxic behavior? Well, toxic behavior leads to toxic emotions. Toxic emotions lead to toxicity in your body, and that leads to dis-ease or disease. I'm telling you, it's scientific. It's been proven. If you have these negative feelings and these negative situations going on in your body, mind, and spirit, you will suffer. Sooner or later, your body will break down. Because we're not built to live in toxicity. We're not built to live in controversy. We're not built to always fight. Instead, we are agents of love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my podcast for you today. And I'm telling you, I do this only because I want to use every moment that I have this opportunity, every moment where I am on the bench as a judge and I'm studying and I'm trying to get better. And I want to share it with you. So if there is anything that I said in this podcast that you found valuable, please share it with somebody that you care about, because I'd rather them have this information from me now than standing in front of me or any other judge. So share the information, subscribe to the podcast, and go to my website, judgedawson.com, so that you can get on my list. Free email called Dose of Positivity. All right. Hopefully I'll see you soon, maybe on my social media platform at Judge Dawson. And if I don't, I just want you to be the best that you can be. Until next time, namaste.